Chloe and welcome to my channel.
Just be me.
Where there is awareness, there is t-shirts. Where there is a minority group involved, there is another group involved who are not directly associated with minority groups whatsoever, who try to profit off of that by making really poor, illy made t-shirts. We're going to talk about that today. We've seen this in just about every sector. We've seen it in mental health, we've seen it in disability, we've seen it in every single campaign where there's like awareness trying to be spread or whatever. And we are now seeing it in autism t-shirts, and they're bad. Like it's bad. Like, like this should be like a trigger warning at the start of this video because of how bad these are. Holy moly, guys. I have scoured the deep dark interwebs, like the depths of the internet, and I have found some of my personal favorite autism t-shirts, autism awareness t-shirts, autism mama t-shirts, get rid of autism t-shirts if you will, and they are, it's a sight, it is. We're gonna rate them today, we're gonna look at them today, we're gonna have a little review today, we're gonna have a look at what some of these t-shirts are, and we're just gonna discuss them. Holy moly. I feel like this doesn't need a whole deep introduction. I feel like we don't really need to intro the idea of having a look at some questionable autism merchandise. So we're gonna get started, but before we do, I want to introduce you guys to this week's sponsor, Squarespace. I've been a small business owner for some time now, ironically due to the nature of this video, selling autism t-shirts and support. However, mine are based on sensory needs, actual autistic people, and are very cute, plus eco-friendly. And nothing like the ones we're seeing today. In fact, I'm wearing one of mine here. If you guys would like to go and have a look at the stuff that I'm selling, you can go and check out my shop, which is sponsored and hosted by Squarespace. I have used just about every single hosting platform under the sun since starting my blog and my shop a few years ago. I have used everything and have never found something which just clicks, which just works for me, which is easy for me to use on the back end and easy for my viewers and for my audience to see on the front end and interact with on the front end. Among their blogging features and their blogging platform and their just beautiful website integration, one of my favorite parts about Squarespace is their commerce features and is their shop features, their features to use for small businesses that are selling things. Its commerce integration is absolutely incredible, and it's made viewing, packaging and shipping out my orders easier than ever, meaning that my shirts like this and all of my autism support is able to get to you guys ASAP. Not only is it super easy and super accessible to use on the back end, which is something obviously very important to me as the website designer, however, it is really easy to use and super accessible on the front end for the audience, for customers, for people coming to view my shop and my website as well, which is something really important to me. Squarespace is easy to create, easy to use, and if you guys would like to have a check out of Squarespace to start up your own blog, your own website, your own shop, your own small business, whatever it is that you guys want to do, you guys can do so right now with a better time than ever with 10% off your Squarespace via the link down in my bio. Thank you so much to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. Now let's get on to having a look at some questionable autism t-shirts. Whew. Let's go.
Now I'm the king of the swingers, oh, the jungle VIP. I've reached the top and had to stop, and that's what's bothering me.
First of all, oh my goodness, we are off to a strong start. Society says I am autistic. God says I am perfect. No, babes, God also says I'm autistic. God had a look at me, saw me in the womb, and was like, congratulations, you are now an autistic human being. Here you go. Being autistic doesn't make me any less worthy of a human being. Being autistic doesn't make me any less of God's creation than what you are. In fact, I think the people that made this shirt, God would probably look at and be like, oh, wrong move there. Maybe don't do that actually in future. Maybe that's a bad thing to do. Oops. Being autistic does not equal being imperfect, particularly as a Christian myself and as a Christian apparently assuming so that made this shirt. It just kind of really says a lot about what many people think of disability and autism as a whole. I think you need to make a new shirt, can that one, make a new shirt. Here's the slogan. Society and God say I am ableist, I need to rethink my life choices. Put that on your Redbubble shirt. Oh my goodness. This is what autism looks like. Any questions? Ask my mum. This one, this grinds my gears. I've seen this a few times and this one grinds my gears. You know those kick me signs that you see on the back of like the loser kid shirt in movies and in TV series and stuff? I didn't really go to high school, so I don't know if that's a real thing that happens, but if it is a real thing that happened, if that is a real thing that would have happened, I can guarantee I would have been one of the people with said kick me sign on the back of them. This shirt is just a different version of one of those kick me signs. This shirt was so clearly 100% designed to be worn by a young child, presumably young enough to not know about their diagnosis and young enough to not really know what's being worn on their body, and not being old enough to be able to say, hey mum, see this shirt that I'm wearing? Maybe this is not the right direction to go. Maybe let's not wear this shirt actually. It's literally turning your child's autism into a gag and into a hero act on your behalf. Like, you're effectively combining those kick me signs with self-congratulatory behavior, and it's a little bit disgusting. Yuck, I'm not about it. It's foul. I'm not a brat or spoiled, and I don't need a spanking. I have autism. So far already, I've seen some of these shirts before, so like this isn't like a first reaction or whatever, but I've seen these shirts before, and these reactions remain genuine because every single time I see them, I am continuously shocked and so surprised by neurotypical mothers and their ability to just completely demonize their autistic children. Like, as if being autistic automatically makes society think that this child is a brat, or this child is stubborn, or this child is spoiled, or this child needs a spanking. Like, what? First of all, who looks at a child in a public space who may be acting ever so slightly different than another neurotypical child, although quite possibly not acting any different, and looks at them and goes, you know what? That child needs spanking. First of all, if that is you, please recheck your life choices. Please recheck the sort of person that you are as a human being, because you need therapy. Second of all, this is the exact same as the shirt that we just showed beforehand about the this is what autism looks like, ask my mum sort of thing. It's putting a label on your child, it's putting a kick me sticker on your child, and it's ultimately just demonizing autism and demonizing a child that doesn't know, most likely, what is being worn on their bodies. It's ridiculous. I do not like this. And again, just continues to perpetuate that idea that autism equals bratty or spoiled. Anyway, moving on. Okay, yes, I am autistic. Share if you must. I'm not paying attention to you anyway. My question is, with all of these shirts, why do they have so many fonts? Why are they so busy? Why is there so much going on? Ironically, especially because they're autism shirts, and they're just so busy, like they're so unsensory friendly, and there's just, it's a lot. Like, that's the completely taking away from the fact that it's like, yes, I'm autistic, share if you must, I'm not paying attention to you anyway. Like, that's, ew, what the heck? It's just, in a way, it's like victim blaming. It's like, oh my goodness, check out this person. Well, we have the right to stare at you because you're autistic. What? I'm not paying attention to you anyway. Also just continues to force that idea on that autistic people are in their own little world and can't really understand anything. So if you stare at them, it's fine. If you make negative comments to them, it's fine. They're in their own little world. They don't really understand. No, if you make negative comments to me, I'm gonna fight back. I understand the idea of autism awareness t-shirts. Love the idea of autism awareness t-shirts, but things like this isn't autism awareness. This is autism as a circus freak. It's disgusting. I thought we were past this. This is like Hans Asperger stuff, man. We're past that. This one and the ones before it all give like this big neon green sign to the autistic kids that are very clearly forced to wear these. No kid wants to wear shirts like this. No kid is going to go, oh mum, could I please wear my yes, I'm autistic, share if you must, I'm not paying attention now anyway shirt, please? I don't want to wear the dinosaur one. I want to wear this shirt. Like, you know what? No kid wants to wear this. This is obviously a shirt that is a child is put into. They don't want to wear that. No child wants to wear these shirts. Point blank, period. They're all giving the same false narrative of autism, and they're all giving the same false narrative that their parents are putting onto them, as if your child is autistic, they are inherently bad. They are inherently negative. They are inherently going to be absolutely ridiculed by society. If your child is wearing a shirt like this, they probably are. Look at it. All of these shirts just give me such an ick, just based on the children that are wearing this and the fact that they aren't old enough to know what's going on. They aren't old enough to know what is being stapled on their bodies. And the parents or the carers or the people that are putting them in these shirts and what their intentions are behind it. It's very hero complex, it's very savior complex, it's very, I have a disabled child and oh my god, like, you know what I mean? Yuck. Anyway, moving on. Not the Disney adult shirt, not the Autism Mama Disney adult shirt, not the Autism Mama puzzle piece Disney adult shirt. Oh, we got a triple threat here. I was going to say fret and then I said threat, but it makes sense. It works. So, There we go. This one seems kind of harmless. I get that. It's like fun and quirky. There's like 73 fonts once again. There's Minnie Mouse, which absolutely has no reason to be there, but it's fine. Disney Adults is fine. I too enjoy Disney as a 24-year-old. There's a somewhat yuck backstory to the idea of this quote and the idea of this t-shirt. This gives the impression that autistic children are inherently inspirational simply for existing, and this is something that I haven't necessarily spoken a whole lot about on my channel, but I am very passionate about, and many other disability advocates will talk about and have spoken about many times before, about inspiration porn and about just being inspirational simply for existing. Autistic children aren't inspirational because they're alive. They're a living, breathing human being. That's not an inspiration. That's just, hello, I'm a human being. I happen to be autistic. There's nothing inspirational behind that. I am just a human being. Ironically, it gives the exact opposite effect of what these people are trying to give it. It actually is really incredibly debilitating. It makes us feel awful. And to put this on a mother, to put this on a mum who is like, my child is my hero. Your child is simply an autistic human being. That's not inspirational. They're just autistic. It's also playing the hero card, even though they're saying like, my disabled child is my hero. They're saying that because they want to be seen as the hero. It's like a fun little thing that they do where it's like, my child is my hero, but I'm saying that because I know that you know that I know that my child isn't actually my hero. They're just disabled. Therefore, I look like a really good parent, and now I have the hero mentality. I'm onto you. I'm onto you. I know what you guys are like. I've seen you in the wild before. First of all, no, I take it back. We're actually not gonna talk about the fact that this is two bears dabbing with Comic Sans font. We're not talking about that because that's an issue in itself. Anyway, autism mum shirts, the puzzle pieces, that it's a lot. There's a lot going on here. Again, we're not going to discuss the fact that it's literally Comic Sans font. And a puzzle piece bear doing a dab. Okay, first of all, I understand that the person who's wearing this shirt is probably doing it with kind intentions. I understand that they're probably doing it with the intention that like, I want to be there for my child. I want to be the hero of my child. I want to make sure that my child knows that they are so supported no matter what. I understand that that is probably the intention behind most people that are wearing this shirt, but for the love of all that is good, find your own identity. Being the mother of an autistic child, being the parent of an autistic child is not your identity. That is not who you are, that is who they are. That's why we say autistic person rather than person with autism, because they are the autistic person. You're not an autism mama. That's something else that just grinds my gears. I'm gonna start ranting here. It's also raining very loudly outside. I hope that my ranting can drown it out. I'm sorry. Autism mama is a term that was coined by autism mums of autistic kids that aren't autistic themselves. They merely have autistic children, and they've coined this term as if that is their identity. You go into Facebook groups, you go into like the little Instagram bios and stuff, and they'll have like autism mama with like the puzzle piece there and everything. You're not an autism mum. You are the mother of an autistic child. If you were an autism mum, you too would also be autistic. All of these autism mama, autism papa, autism blank shirts keep pushing this focus onto autism parents, onto the parents of autistic children, making it out like it is their identity rather than the autistic child's identity. As if the autistic child is merely a prop. Here's a fast fact for you. You are not a hero for having an autistic child. You don't have to proclaim it from the mountaintops. You don't have to wear dabbing bear t-shirts to let every single person know that you are the mother of an autistic child. It's fine. You don't have to keep bringing it up. It's fine actually. You're not a hero for it. Oops. I saw this one this morning and I was like shook. Like I just sat there like just mouth drops, mouth agape, just I don't know if this is a real thing, right? Like, I hope to Lord Jesus up in heaven that this is not a real shirt that people actually put on their children. I think I found this on like Redbubble or something like that. But I hope no one has actually bought this, because if you have bought this shirt and you put this on your child, I'm calling CPS on you. You do not deserve, that child deserves to be taken away from you. What in the heck? If I ever see a person walking down the street with a child in tow and the child is wearing this, it's on sight. It is on sight. If there is anyone who dresses their child in this, I'm legally allowed to hunt you down for sport. I don't make the rules, that is simply it. Let's continue on. Not the Trump style hat. Not the red cap with the white Trump text. Not make autism go away being a slogan. Oh, also there was like jumpers and t-shirts and everything with this. Like, and like people were buying them. Like I saw people wearing these. Like this is, like that's a thing. Make autism go away, please. Make ableists go away. Make Trump supporters go away. Oop, did I just lose a chunk of my followers for saying that? Anyway, moving on. What's The Rock doing here? What is Dwayne Johnson doing here? Why is, and why is he wearing poorly designed puzzle piece t-shirts? It's, okay, awareness king, we love to see it. Okay, so the idea of this shirt, overall, the shirt isn't entirely awful. Like, this would be like a 2 out of 10 compared to the other ones, which is like a solid like 1 or 0 out of 10. It's not horrendous. It's the puzzle piece. Anyone that knows me, I've made a few videos about this before. The puzzle piece is awful, and it has very, very negative connotations to it. I've made a few videos about it before. I'll link it somewhere around here if you guys would like to go and see that. It's the puzzle piece. It's the awful pun. The multiple fonts, once again. And it's also just this idea, once again, someone awesome has my heart, that autistic people as a whole, it's like we're a different species. In all of these shirts, it's like we're a different species. It's like we don't exist in the normal human spectrum. And also, as if the person that is wearing the shirt needs to feel like some sort of hero mentality. Once again, I know I'm using that word a lot in this video, but all of these shirts do have a huge hero mentality complex. It's like the person that's wearing this has that hero mentality to go like, I actually need to let everyone around me know that I'm a good human being on account of the fact that I like an autistic person. Does that not just me? That sounds weird too? Because it sounds weird to me. Sorry, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Love you. Not a fan of your shirt. My child is not rude or weird or hyper. It's called autism. What's your excuse? First of all, why does every single person that makes these shirts, why are they so offended by simply just choosing one text color or by choosing one font? Why is it so offensive to choose just one, to stick to a path, to just stick to what they know? Once again, this is the exact same as the shirts that were worn by the children earlier on. Now this is just worn by a parent, obviously, but it's the same thing as perpetuating this idea that autistic children are just inherently bad, annoying burdens upon society, and it's giving, once again, I know, a hero complex to the person that is wearing this. Like, I know that my child is rude, I know that my child is weird, I know that my child is hyper, but it's because they're autistic. It's saying without saying, even though it is saying, but it's saying it by saying the opposite. Like by saying my child is not rude, weird, or hyper, it's called autism. You're saying my child is weird, rude, and hyper. That's exactly what this shirt is saying. And again, it's just giving this negative correlation to autism, especially as the parent of an autistic child. How is that child going to feel? If I was a kid and I saw my mum or my dad or someone that I loved wearing a shirt like that, knowing it was about me, I would feel so devastated knowing that my parent were wearing a shirt like that. It's yuck, to be quite frank. Now I know I need to be I know I need to be offended by this one. I know that this is meant to be offensive. But like, why about autism? Like, I get what it's saying. Like, I get it's like, I love eugenics. I love killing people that aren't like me. I love destroying entire groups of people just because they aren't social normality. But why is there a cat riding a surfboard? Oh, wait, no, okay. Wipe out as in like, wipe out like a wave, like riding a wave is like wipe out, and then it's like wipe out as in like destroy an entire group of people. I get it. That's like fun and funky and different. Haha, classic comedy. If you want to make a flag like that, I think that's like a literal flag, like a flag that people like hang outside of their houses or like in their bedrooms. It's like a fun little like background. If you're gonna make a flag about eugenics and about literally trying to kill me, like at least give it some aesthetic appeal, you know? Like at least try a little bit with it. At least make it look nice. I'm not sure I can take you seriously with a surfboard and cat wearing sunnies with a puzzle piece ribbon behind it. And once again, 2 different styles of fun. Like if you're into eugenics, if you're into genocide, like, I don't know, be a little bit more like serious about it, you know? Like be a little bit more like, a little bit more umph. I don't know. Oh my god. Anyway, I think I'm done for now. I think I've had my dose of awful autism t-shirts for the day. I think we're done. Thank goodness. Autism and disability and different mindsets is not bad. It is not against the Bible. You are not a bad person or imperfect because of this. There is nothing in the Bible that says that if you were disabled, if you were autistic, if you're a neurodivergent, you are imperfect. The Bible says that we were all made in God's image, not you were made in God's image because you are a white neurotypical man. You, on the other hand, sorry, forgot about you. Oops. Overall, there isn't a single one of these shirts which I can agree with and can look at and go, yeah, that looks like a normal thing that a normal person would wear. Every single one of these things just seems really weird and seems quite bizarre. The idea of promoting and shouting out and using a family member's personal things as your own traits and as your own hero card seems just really, really weird to me. And the fact that it seems to mainly be about autism and about disability in general is quite strange, particularly the way that it's being done. There is absolutely no issues with wearing shirts and being prideful about being different or having family members that are different and embracing just difference as a whole. But when you are putting that difference into a bad category, none of these shirts are like, I love being different. Neurodiversity is amazing. But all of these shirts are backhanded compliments. Some of them are not even backhanded compliments. They are simply just eugenics in a t-shirt. There is nothing wrong with wearing autism t-shirts. What there is something wrong with is wearing t-shirts like this and promoting autism as if it is negative, as if it is inherently bad, as if you are a hero for being the parent of an autistic person. That being said, if you guys would like some genuine autism t-shirts, which are not like the atrocities that we have seen here, you guys can go and have a look at my shop, which I have made specifically for autistic people by an autistic person. They are sensory friendly and eco-friendly and I absolutely love them to death. This is one of mine right here. If you guys would like to go and check out what I have, you can go and check out my shop down in the bio down below, which is once again hosted by Squarespace, the sponsor of this video. Thank you again to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. If you guys did like this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I don't mind. Do it if it makes you feel good. Do it if it makes you feel happy. I love you guys so much. Make sure you guys are staying kind to yourself. Make sure you guys are drinking water. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!
Just be